In January 2022, the wrestling world was rocked by a revelation that seemed almost unthinkable. Cody Rhodes, one of the founding fathers of All Elite Wrestling, had been working without a contract for months. But this wasn't just another wrestling story about contract negotiations. This was the beginning of one of the most dramatic departures in modern wrestling history. To understand the magnitude of this moment, we need to travel back to 2019. AEW wasn't just another wrestling promotion, it was a revolution. And standing at the forefront of this revolution was Cody Rhodes, the son of the American Dream, who had walked away from WWE years earlier to prove himself on the independent scene. He wasn't just another executive, he was a symbol of change in professional wrestling. The early days of AEW were electric. Cody, along with the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, and Tony Khan, had created something special. As an executive vice president, Cody wasn't just performing in the ring. He was running production meetings, managing talent relations, and helping shape the future of professional wrestling. He even made the bold move of vowing never to challenge for the AEW championship, a decision that showed his commitment to putting the fans and the company above his own glory. In those early days, Cody's vision for AEW was clear. He wanted to create a wrestling company that was truly for the fans by the wrestlers. And for a while, it worked beautifully. The shows were fresh, exciting, and different from anything else in professional wrestling. But beneath the surface, changes were beginning to take place that would eventually lead to Cody's departure. By late 2019, Tony Khan had taken full creative control of AEW. While this might have seemed like a natural evolution for the company, it marked a significant shift from the original vision. The collaborative spirit that had defined AEW's early days was starting to fade. A Forbes article in 2021 would later become a turning point, where Tony Khan was credited as the creator, founder, chairman, president, CEO, booker, and head of creative. For Cody, who had put his heart and soul into building AEW, this was more than just words in a magazine. It was a sign that the company was moving away from its original mission. But the truth behind Cody's departure goes deeper than creative differences or corporate politics. By his own admission, his passion for wrestling had started to fade. The man who had once been the face of a revolution was beginning to question his place in the industry he had helped reshape. The fans, too, had begun to turn on him, despite his best efforts to maintain their trust. What was once unanimous cheers had turned into a mixed reaction, with some viewing him as out of touch with the company he had helped create. Then came the text that would change everything. In early 2022, Bruce Pritchard reached out to Cody. Initially, Cody saw this as an opportunity for closure with WWE, nothing more. But when Vince McMahon offered to fly out to meet him personally, the situation took on a new dimension. This wasn't just WWE extending an olive branch. This was them rolling out the red carpet for a potential game-changing signing. The negotiations that followed were kept strictly under wraps, but the implications were massive. WWE wasn't just offering Cody a contract. They were offering him a platform to reach a level of stardom that AEW, despite all its success, couldn't provide. More importantly, they were offering him what he truly deserved: recognition and compensation as a top star in the industry. While many speculated about money being the primary factor, the reality was more complex. Yes, WWE's offer was substantial, but Cody's decision wasn't just about financial gain. It was about family, legacy, and a dream he had once thought impossible: becoming WWE champion. As he would later reveal, becoming a father had changed his perspective. His priorities had shifted from being the face of a revolution to providing the best possible future for his family. The aftermath of Cody's departure would reveal just how crucial his leadership had been to AEW's stability. Without his steady hand behind the scenes, the company's internal issues began to surface. The infamous all-out 2022 media scrum and subsequent backstage fight between CM Punk and the Elite was just the tip of the iceberg. What had once been a united locker room began to show signs of division. Tony Khan's handling of these situations only highlighted what the company had lost. Where Cody had been known for his ability to unite the locker room and handle difficult situations with diplomacy, Khan's responses often seemed awkward and ineffective. The company that had once prided itself on being different was starting to face the same backstage issues that had plagued other wrestling promotions. Meanwhile, Cody's return to WWE at WrestleMania 38 was nothing short of spectacular. The thunderous ovation he received wasn't just a welcome back, it was validation. In that moment, as he stood on the entrance ramp, Cody realized something profound. He could actually achieve his childhood dream of becoming WWE champion. The company that had once typecast him as Stardust was now presenting him as a legitimate main event star. Looking back, it's clear that Cody's departure marked a turning point for both companies. For WWE, it represented a shift in their approach to talent, showing they were willing to embrace and push someone who had helped build their competition. For AEW, it was the beginning of a challenging period that would force them to confront internal issues that had been brewing beneath the surface. The story of Cody Rhodes leaving AEW isn't just about one wrestler changing companies. It's about the evolution of dreams, the price of success, and the complex reality of modern professional wrestling. Cody's gamble on himself paid off in ways few could have predicted, but it also revealed the fragility of the revolution he had helped start. Today, as Cody Rhodes stands as one of WWE's top stars, his journey serves as a reminder that in professional wrestling, nothing is permanent except change itself. The company he helped build continues without him, changed but still standing, while he pursues the dream that first brought him into the business. It's a story that proves sometimes the hardest decisions, leaving something you helped create, can lead to the most rewarding outcomes. In the end, Cody Rhodes' departure from AEW wasn't a betrayal of the revolution. It was the next chapter in a story that's still being written. A story about a wrestler who dared to bet on himself, not once, but twice, and won both times. First by leaving WWE to help create AEW, and then by leaving AEW to return to WWE as a bigger star than ever before. That's not just good business, that's legendary. His story stands as testament to something his father, Dusty Rhodes, always believed. In wrestling, the biggest dreams often require the biggest gambles. And for Cody Rhodes, every gamble, every risk, every controversial decision has led him closer to the one dream that started it all, becoming WWE champion. A dream that once seemed impossible now feels inevitable. That's not just legendary, that's revolutionary in its own right. Now, as he stands in WWE with unprecedented momentum, Cody Rhodes has proven that sometimes the best way to honor a revolution isn't to stay within its confines, but to use it as a launching pad for even greater achievements. In an industry built on stories, his might just be one of the greatest ever told. The story of a man who didn't just change companies, he changed the game itself. And the most exciting part? This story isn't over yet. It's still being written, one legendary chapter at a time.